Yeah, it's good to know. I'll make sure to try and use that in the future. Right before we do anything, any zombies this way? Yes, there is. Let's kill them. Also zombies down there. Yes, sorry. So the Bionic Eye and the Power Claw would be the better reward, in my opinion. But if I had a pawn that had an injury like a torso scar or something that you can't heal by any means other than the Mech Serum, then it would take the Mech Serum if I've already got one of those injuries. You know, because I would rather just... Because I could make a Bionic Eye... Like, the Power Claw is cool, but I can make... Or, yeah, I can make a Bionic Eye eventually, versus the Mech Serum you can never make. At least not as far as I'm aware of. Yeah, that is... Even if you're not going to go for, like, the super high defense or anything, like, even if I'm doing a rope ladder base, I'll make it a point to, maybe not every single morning, but very regularly do a lap around my base to clear it. Like, that's actually what we're doing right now is... I'm not doing any of the base building right now. I'm just going out. Any zombies remotely in the area, I'm going to kill them. Because that's, like, the best way you can enable your defense in your base is by removing the zombies that could potentially attack your base. Gonna grab that varsity jacket. Gonna have that later when it gets cold and I need better defense. Zombies out in these trees. I'm gonna bring them out. Now, it's especially true when you're doing no respawns, because if you do the lap and you clear out the zombies, you just don't have to worry about zombies that aren't there anymore. Yep. And normally you don't have this kind of turnout. That was, like, the helicopter event brought them. I was just surprised by how many zombies it managed to bring with how much they've been clearing the area. But I just assume a bunch of migrations have happened between the last helicopter event and this one. So when the helicopter showed up, it did just bring them all out. Another group up here. Yeah, so the idea is you want to keep a decent-sized perimeter around your property at all times. Yeah, for a moment I thought with the freezers, when the zombies destroyed the half that had the food on it, I thought the food was just going to be lost, and I was going to be, like, really salty, because that means all that prep would have gone for nothing. I mean, not really nothing, but it would have been heavily lost what we got out of it for benefit. Ultimately, it probably wouldn't change anything, if I'm being honest, because more than likely during the winter we're going to be pushing, like, Riverside and probably get down to Rosewood, I would guess, and just clearing houses and all that. And so all I mean is we poke into a house from time to time to grab a bunch of canned goods. Basically, play it like you would with CDDA. Or the really CDDA, where it's, you know, you can't farm, fishing doesn't work that great, foraging has limited success unless you have a lot of skill in it, so you just live nomadically. Yeah, March Ridge is one of the areas that when it comes to that push I'm concerned about, only because it's a hike down to March Ridge, and then on top of that, it is one of those areas that's very compact and very high zombie population, and there's just that one way in, one way out bottleneck that I could absolutely see us just getting completely caught in the meat grinder for a very long time before we actually... Okay, potatoes are ready. Before we actually make any noteworthy progress into it. Because I could see just meat grinding it for an extended period of time. Alright, we're farming 4. Excellent. And I can see our tomatoes are ready as well. I don't think we can get another harvest of anything meaningful before the winter rolls in. Alright, the broccoli is ready for harvest, but not seed bearing. Like, I'll put down more potato seeds, but I have low expectations. I mean, I guess if we're being deliberate about it, I'd put in cabbage because that is the highest chance of actually succeeding to grow, but I don't really need a bunch of cabbage. It's one half the freezer full. Yep, no, that's not a bad choice at all. Like I said, I would strictly get the healing serum if I very specifically had a need for the healing serum. Otherwise, I would go for the bionic. So we have a storm in a couple of days. Here, actually. Tell me, a wise weather device. When is rain? Tell me today, please. Like, afternoon. Basically, I'm putting these down not expecting much, but kinda low-key hoping that we do get one last-second harvest of potatoes before winter, because they have the longest shelf life. Because if that happens, we can basically be in amazing shape for winter. And I won't wait for this group to get seed bearing. But I have low expectations. More than likely, they just won't grow in time, and then we'll end up having, you know, Um, I don't have any immediate plans to farm indoors, no. 3 days in the thunderstorm. I guess I should water them. Because that requires me to make a very large indoor space for farming indoors. Didn't want to water them, but I want to get them growing as fast as possible in hopes that we manage to sneak one last harvest in. I wish when you told it to water it with 100, it would actually just water it for the full 100 and not 50 at a time. It'd just be, like, it's a convenience thing. It's not even important. Alright, so put down the bottles of water so I don't accidentally fill them up. Because then I get over here and just choose fill all. Well, that's cool. I might actually become a Pretzel Rocks affiliate, which means, like, where I'm already saying, Pretzel Rocks is awesome and all that, and I've been speaking up, like, saying, hey, if you want to avoid DMCA, do it. Like, I might actually get kickbacks from that in the future. Cool. And no, I didn't, like, apply for affiliate and was talking its good graces and all that with that pursuit. Like, that was just today. I got a little thing saying, hey, if you wanted to be affiliate, I'd be like, yes. I like your product. I'm using it and talking positive about it anyways. So I'll have to look into what I have to do with that. Which I think all that means is on the bottom of my stream somewhere I'd be like, hey, check out, like, this is where the music comes from, and if anyone were to sign up through that, I'd get a kickback. People ask all the time anyways, so... I like your products and your money. And to me, like, that's the proper type of stuff that when it comes to, like, advertising, sponsorship, all that for, like, streams, that is the way you hope it is. Like, hey, I'm already a user of your product, I already talk positive about your product, throw me $1. Because it's like one thing when, someone, approaches you, like, I have no idea what your product is or care about in any way, like, and then they're like, please advertise our stuff, and that always feels disingenuous. And I get people have to do that if you know they're doing this entirely for a living. I just don't care for it. But when you already like a product and you're always singing its high praises and someone's tossing you a couple bucks to continue doing that, that's awesome. It's just the same, like if Pretzel Rocks made a change and I didn't like it, to the point that I decided I wasn't going to use it anymore, I wouldn't continue advertise, like I wouldn't continue speaking good about it. I'd be like, yeah, I don't use that anymore. But I've been very happy with it. I do need to figure out, there is one song in the loop that occasionally gets a spot of my VOD muted. And I need to figure it out, because they sort it out. Like, I've definitely seen where there's been a song in the past that I figured out which one it was. They're like, oh yeah, the song's having the problem. They're like, we'll get sorted out, and then it stopped being a problem. So it's just identifying which one it is, and it's hard to do that when I don't know. Okay, so we're exhausted, so we're going to sit down for a minute. Because I have been pretty transparent on the stream that I am going to be going on sabbatical from my job, where basically I'm leaving my current job and taking a break after 20 years of non-stop full-time work at a bunch of different jobs. I'm like, you know what? I just want a little bit of me time before I move on to a new adventure. And one of the things that has been curious, like, you know, I'm getting close to partner. That's nowhere near enough to live off of, but maybe while I'm on sabbatical, I just keep pushing the streaming thing hard and see what can happen. Alright, so grab a couple potatoes. I should just eat these berries before they go bad. Grab a couple more cabbage. Yeah, so we'll just eat the berries by hand. Get them out of here. Alright, so need to keep getting this going, and I'm also knocking down these trees over here specifically so I can see if stuff's sneaking up on our parking lot. But first, let's do a little walk around, make sure we got no zombies creeping around here. There's one over there I just saw. Yep. Because I want to deal with them before we're super exerted from cutting down trees. Alright, now poke over to this side, make sure there's not like a horde waiting right here, and then we'll start chopping down these trees here. Let's look in the front window, see if there's any zombies inside. No. I'm carrying too much, and that's why our life is draining. Or I was carrying too much, and that's why my life was draining. If you're overburdened, it can knock your health down to 75% as you walk around with too much. You had a friend. Where's your friend? Yeah, no, we haven't taken any injuries or anything. Alright, so I need farming and cooking, I need to read their books. So once we get to the point of tired, I'm going to burn through those books. Actually, let's check. Before I get all into it, the farming and cooking, I believe I'm at the advanced books. Let's make sure we have those while it's still light outside. And then I'll start chopping down trees again. I do not have advanced of either. Wait, wasn't there... Oh, I was going to show on the map, 1 second. For people who are asking where we're located, so we're in Ekron, which is this little town here. I need to grab those flamingos. Don't want to forget it. So our base is at the north end of Ekron. And if you're trying to figure out where Ekron is, this is Riverside. If you follow the roads to the south, you'll go right through Ekron. This is Rosewood, so same deal to the north. Midridge, Muldrow, West Point, the I'm blanking, Valley Station, Mall, Louisville. So it's basically about as close to center map as you can get. Yep, to the bookstore. Because books rule. Hello, giant horde right here. Let's talk. Alright, I guess we're going to the driver's side door. It's fine. I get it. The truck, you know. It's a looker. Not really, it's kind of a piece of junk. But, you know. Another group of zombies. Perfect, just what we need. Alright, let's switch sides of the road and start going back since we're pulling zombies from in the forest where we can't see. Like, I don't mind pulling the zombies, I just don't like the can't see the zombies I'm pulling part. Okay, and circle back the way we pulled them for the stragglers that may have wandered off. At the rate this is going, I need to update the cleared to Ekron uncleared. Like it was cleared, but... That's okay. If we just keep killing zombies, eventually they'll go away. Like, I'm curious if we kill out the, kill these handful of hordes that have shown up, if, like, it'll go back to being effectively deserted again. That maybe it's just because the helicopter was that rough that the zombies didn't quite reach where we were in the middle of town, but it pulled them from all the outskirts from the forests and all that around. Which would be fair, and again, may still not be a bad idea for me to, keep showing up to Ekron when the helicopter shows up, just to see if we can't get to the point where we stop seeing zombies of any meaningful number show up when the helicopter strolls through. Because I'm also still of the mindset of, if we keep killing the zombies, eventually their numbers will run out. There's so many zombies here. This whole place is clear. Like, we drove up and down town multiple times blasting our horn. And I don't mean rocketing through it like 90 miles an hour. We were just crawling along at like 15, 20, just blasting our horn. Still. I'm also going to need you zombies to get real generous with the hunting knives. You're going to keep doing this. And I'm also the mindset of, even though we're planning on going to the bookstore, killing the zombies is still the first priority for town. Alright, we aggroed the other one. Could tell because we pushed instead of stabbing. And then there were two here, there's another horde back there. Thank you for providing me a replacement hunting knife, sir. I do appreciate this. And on that note, thank you, everyone who has been tuning in, who's been lurking, chatting, following, subscribing, doing the bits, the donos, the hosts, the raids, and all that good stuff. It all helps, and I really do appreciate it as well. I do hope you are enjoying the stream. And I mean, Project Zomboid really tried to make me work for that survival of that helicopter. No doubt about that. Alright, then there's a horde here. Looks like more down there. I may have to basically go down to the middle of town almost like I'm clearing it all over again on Apocalypse mode as opposed to 16x pop. And I think I'm going to do the same thing we did with our other character when we did this. That when we go to push Riverside itself, break out the shotgun and all the ammo we've been able to get our hands on and just, you know, do some cleanup right at the beginning. Alright, good. So the zombie that was by the tool store did just walk over to our truck, so don't gotta go chasing him down. I did pick, yeah, I was gonna say, I did pick up our water bottles, right? Because I anticipated this being where all the action would happen during the helicopter. I did not anticipate the action being at home. Excuse me, party people, turning the bus around. Hey, Longclaw, how's it going? We are having all sorts of weird stuff happening in Project Zomboid right now. This town was clear. Like, drive up and down the road, honk your horn, no, like, 5 zombies show up, levels of clear. It is very not clear now, for some reason. So, figuring that out, we definitely do not have respawns on. We did have a helicopter. I'm just amazed at how many zombies it did bring in from how much we've been killing in this town for how long. Working and stuff, getting my responsibilities out of the way so you can play later. Excellent. Which, on that note, because you can't stop me. If you're not familiar with Longclaw, also streams. Fantastic content, does, Project Zomboid, does a bunch of other games. See, he was playing Timberborn last night. I tuned into that for a little while. Was doing, I forget what the other faction is, the Iron one, because I know you were playing in that one. I'm being honest, I'm half tempted this Thursday to play more Timberborn, knowing it's not going to do well. Because I really want to get in more, and I stream too much to have more time to do other stuff. Hey, full jug of milk with the raid. Give me one moment, and I will get you a shout out. How was your stream, full jug of milk? Full Jug of Milk also streams, playing some Project Zomboid. So hopefully during your stream, all the deaths were zombies and not yourself. And if they were yourself, hopefully at least the deaths were fun and educational. So yeah, but how was your stream? And I also get it if you're like, looking to get, some hydration, some food and all that. Yep, awesome, awesome. We're having a very weird day with Project Zomboid. This town was cleared. Like, drive up and down the road, honk your horn, go nuts. Like 5 zombies showed up level cleared. And then we have the helicopter has shown up, and you can just tell from the look of that north street there, and this is not the main group we fought. It's not clear anymore. Nice. So it's kept showing up more and more. Interesting. But yeah, so weirdly just the zombies, like the thing that was really upsetting about it, so we fought a bunch of zombies in the middle, it's like, okay, there's a little bit more than I expected to show up, but whatever, it wasn't that bad. So it's fine. And so we were getting tired, kind of wrapped up the zombies down here, we're like, alright, let's head back to our base, which is on the other end of town. And there was just like 40, 50 zombies literally at the door of our base just chilling there. Smashed one of my freezers. Pretty salty about that, if I'm being honest. And we hadn't seen, like, a significant horde in this city for weeks. So it's just like, what is even happening? Alright, so we're not going to push back to the bookstore. I'm effectively re-clearing the town. As, like, the population right now of the town of what I'm seeing, it's almost like I just started entirely over in apocalypse mode. So it's not what we had to put up with clearing it the first time, but it's weirdly been repopulated. And that one poor zombie we've left inside what I think that's like City Hall this whole time, banging on that door. On the upside, I did learn information I did not have previously, which is that when zombies destroy your freezer and it's absolutely full of food, the food just falls in the ground. You don't actually lose it. Which is good to know, because it was all of our food, and I was about to say I'm going to be really salty if suddenly I went from having a good stockpile preparing for the winter and then had nothing. But as you can see, I'm down half a freezer. Now, how are we doing on our generator? Generator's fine. And what's also annoying is when we started this run, I had intended on living inside the gas station, but it was burned down when we got here. So I was like, alright, well, I guess I'm not doing that. And its ice machine is broken, where it had been burned down.